Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Sinister Skater here, and I just got done watching the Black Ops 4 reveal live stream, and there is a ton of stuff to talk about. It was a roller coaster. I thought I would hop right on and do a reaction video, just go over the whole stream as general, what they revealed, and just kind of give my thoughts on it. I thought I would just, throw on the camera and just go right into it, no gameplay, whatever. Just do like a vlog type, reaction type video. I don't know. I felt this was the most appropriate way to do it. So there's a lot to talk about. It was, again, a roller coaster of emotions. If you guys want to hear about multiplayer, well, there's a lot to talk about. I think we're going to be talking about that towards the end of this video. I want to talk about the PC port this time. First, for sure, there's Battle Royale got confirmed. Zombies was awesome, and other stuff. I will say they did not reveal or hint on a traditional campaign. They said that they're doing a lot of their narrative through multiplayer, so I think that's pretty much confirmation. Well, not confirmation, but they haven't officially announced a campaign or said anything about it in this reveal. They may be shipping one later on, but I think that that might be something that we're not getting. So I want to start by saying about this PC. I think Black Ops or Call of Duty may be going on, but Black Ops 4, PC may be the future of Call of Duty rather than consoles. This year, PC is looking really good for Call of Duty. I just got into like PC gaming this year with my computer and everything. I'm kind of thinking about getting it for PC. If you guys didn't know before, Treyarch actually worked with Blizzard on developing Overwatch and working on the 𝐓𝐚𝐴 and stuff like that, so they've had a history, and they worked hard with them to bring the best PC experience for Black Ops 4. It's going to be distributed through Battle.net, and Blizzard and Beenox have helped develop the PC version of Black Ops 4. It's gonna run smooth as hell because there's a whole team dedicated to working on PC and bringing this PC experience and making it feel awesome. There's gonna be 4K support, multi-monitor support, HDR, uncapped frame rate, keybinds, everything that you could wish for PC. It just seemed really good, and I'll link the trailer and stuff down below in the description so you can go watch it, but it just looks really promising. I wanted to mention that at the get-go because I don't think a lot of people will talk about that. I like to talk about stuff people don't like to talk about. I think that's going to be amazing. They also revealed Battle Royale is coming for Black Ops 4. It's been confirmed. I'm not sure if the mode is called Blackout or the map is called Blackout, but something's called Blackout, and it's within Call of Duty Battle Royale. And they just gave a little teaser video in the background where they talked about it, and it seems like they're incorporating all of the Black Ops campaign and zombie storyline into one map and making like certain zones, like you would say, like Tilted Towers or Pochinki or things like that, certain areas, certain era in the Black Ops storyline. And I think they're going to have different characters you can play, have different skins as the classic Black Ops characters, and it seems really intuitive. And they said they're making it very Black Ops style. There's going to be, it's going to be a very reimagination or bringing something new to the Battle Royale genre, which seems really, really exciting. And the map is like 1,500 times bigger than Nuketown, so someone wants to go ahead and draw Nuketown 15,000 times on a map to see how big this map is. Go ahead and do so. And there's also going to be like land ships, land vehicles, sea vehicles and battles, and I think they said aerial battles, or vehicles, with helicopters and things like that. It looks really interesting. I can't wait to see more of that stuff. This is the catchphrase of the video. I can't wait to see more because they tease us so hard. And speaking of teases, let's talk about zombies real quick. There's going to be 3 zombies maps at launch, and they ended with a tease. So let me say the new zombies experience is going to be separate of the Ether and the main storyline of the 4 original characters, Nikolai, Takeo, Dempsey, and Richtofen, I couldn't think of his name. It's not going to revolve around them. It's going to be this separate storyline. But at the end, they said, yeah, we're going to have a 3rd map at launch. And it's going to tie into the old Ether storyline following our original characters. And they're hinting at Mob of the Dead, which has been a rumor that Mob of the Dead is going to be remastered in this whole Black Ops universe. And lo and behold, they have this whole little cinematic. You don't really know where it's going. And then music. And you see Mob of the Dead in the background. And they pan up. And it's our 4 characters standing there, which they haven't been there before, mind you. Be it the whole, if you guys have been in Zombie, Mob of the Dead followed our 4 characters in Purgatory, and it showed our characters right there, and it ended right there. It was such a tease. It got me so hype. Like, oh my, it just, The zombies storyline is so good, and the whole Black Ops 3 storyline, we had the blood vials, which they got from Mob of the Dead, and you know, the whole time travel and things like that. And now our characters are actually there. It just they said they're not going to continue that storyline. They're like, actually, you know what? Here's a little something. We're going to be going off of it more and give you some more details. And it looked so good. So back to the original zombies line. I think, what would they call it? I forgot what they called it, but we're going to be going with an ancient enemy, which has gold mask and all these things and stuff. And they showed, I'll just describe it to you guys. They had this trailer, or the map's called 9, I think, and it was like this medieval gladiator Roman type arena where they had a bunch of slaves like walk out and stuff, and then they had this guy with a gold mask put this artifact and another artifact, and then boom, some weird glowy space stuff happens, and some weird, you know, zombie dust comes out and turns all the slaves into zombies, which brought zombies into that era, I guess. And then our gladiators had to fight those zombies, so that's how they kind of put their own twist onto the gladiatorial era. I'm not sure how you say it, but it was super weird. And they had like this Cloverfield zombie monster at the end. I'm not sure what this is going into. Actually, I kind of do know. I'm not sure. This is guesstimates. But then they revealed the second map called Voyeur, I think. Let me make sure. No, Voyage of Despair, which is on a ship, and it seems like film noir type mobster thing, which follows our original 4 characters. But I want to say, I think one of the characters is the guy who played Sabretooth in Wolverine X-Men, or X-Men Wolverine, you know, theory, movie. You know what I'm talking about. I gotta look that up. But we had these 4 new characters, and we're following them, and they're going through like ancient gladiatorial eras to the mob of the, like, you know, 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 30s, I don't know, somewhere in the 1900s or 20th century. And they had the same artifact that some weird, like, Red Skull guy without the Red Skull tried to do, and then he turned to zombies. Everyone turned to zombies, and they're fighting zombies and stuff. I don't really know what's going on, but it seemed like they had this guy with a stopwatch, and it seemed like he was talking to someone else, kind of like how 𝐓𝐴𝐻𝐿, or like our transit crew talked to 𝐓𝐴𝐻𝐿. In those stories. It seemed weird, but I feel like this storyline is going to set up, you know, we're not following the Aether storyline, but I think this is setting up the Shadow Man and possibly Dr. Monty, and getting into, I forgot what they're called, but like the Gatekeepers and that whole ancient being that we learned about in the end of Black Ops 3, just in Black Ops 3 in general. And then we're going to tie all those together, that storyline and then the old Aether storyline with our main character, and tie it all together for more information like they did in Black Ops 3, and then leave us with wanting more and more cliffhangers and stuff. That's just how Treyarch does it. But again, Zombie's going to have there's new custom modification where you can change the zombie speed, their damage, the gun damage, the mystery box, a bunch of different, it's like modded games for zombies, which will be huge for the zombies community because they can do like endless content with that now. And they had you know, there's daily, weekly, monthly, yearly type missions and challenges for you to do, and the zombies mode just seems really big in general. So that's exciting. Let's talk about multiplayer. Some of you, I think this is going to be long. I'm talking about that at the end. Some of you might want to skip straight to this, so let's get into it. Multiplayer, again, it doesn't seem like the Overwatch stuff that people are talking. I see where they got it, but it doesn't seem like it's going to play just like Overwatch and things like that. Big thing people want to know. 100% boots on the ground. They said there's no advanced movement, there's no exo jumps or anything like that. It's 100% boots on the ground. It takes place, the whole multiplayer era takes place between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, so somewhere like that. And we see that with the specialists that tie in as well. So I guess we'll talk about the specialists. There is one exception to the advanced movement, which is the Ruin Specialist, who now has a grappling hook, and his whole like spiel is he closes the gaps and just pounces on people. So as a combo where you can do like a grappling hook and then use the gravity spikes, or a new gravity spike, it's a single spike, and slam that into the ground. There's also, they showed Seraph, who has like attack insertion now, Firebreak, who has like this reactor core where he shoots in the ground and does like aerial denial, kill scorcheries. I don't know how it works. And then they also showed new ones called Torque, who controls, I think he's a crowd control guy, and he can put up like barricades and barbed wire to control the map. And then there also was a new guy called, 2 other new guys actually. There's Crash, who is a medic, because you do not regen health in Black Ops 3. You don't automatically regen health. You have to press a dedicated button, and then you'll regen your health. And this is a new, I I guess I'll talk about this now. This is gonna be all over the place, but it's a new mechanic, and they said it's like just as crucial as reloading after every gunfight. But it also changes, like if you're a more aggressive player and you don't take damage in a gunfight, you're more tactical, you can move on and kill other enemies faster and stuff. So it's this whole new tactical aspect. But Crash is a medic, and he helps his teammates regen health, and has this salt pack which does something, I don't know, I have to go back in the trailer to look at it, but it helps regen health. And there also is a Recon, who is a situational awareness specialist type guy, who has like a sensor dart where you can shoot a dart out there and then it'll tag someone and show where the enemies are around the area, kind of like Hanzo's Recon arrow in Overwatch. And also he has the vision pulse, so actually it's just like from Black Ops 3 from the Outrider, the arrow chick, but it tags enemies for the whole team so they can all see it. So those are the specials that they revealed and talked about in the trailer. I just want to structure this to make sure it's kind of making sense. Before we talk about narrative, I want to finish on the gameplay aspects. Again, they said no raw running, no advanced movement, things like that. The only exception is Ruin's grappling hook, and there's a bunch of new, they emphasize the guns up thing that they emphasize, or gameplay feature they emphasize in Black Ops 3, where your gun will always be ready to shoot, whether you're running, you're mantling, you're shooting equipment, using equipment, whatever. It allows for more fast-paced gameplay, and they improved a bunch of the new like animations and weapon designs to make them feel more realistic and give the player more situational awareness, and to be more tactical and make the game more skillful. That also reminds me of something else I talk about too. But they have like new animations so you can track the bullets and things like that and all this stuff. And they have predictable recoil patterns in multiplayer on the weapons, which allows you, before in Call of Duty they were all random and you couldn't really tell. They had like this pattern, but it wasn't the same every single time. This time with the weapons, again with mastering and becoming more tactical, the weapons have the same recoil pattern, predictable recoil every single time, from what I understand, which allows you to master a gun and reward you for using a gun over and over again, and you can specialize in a gun, which is huge for the competitive community and just makes the game more competitive and fun to play in general. Each of the weapons have their new attachments. There's a new attachment called like the operator mods, which I'm not sure exactly what these things do, but they do special things for the weapon. It just seems really interesting. I also saw the AC-130 and attack dogs in the multiplayer trailer, which are going to be returning as, I don't know if they're going to be kill streaks or score streaks, I haven't said yet, but it just seems really, really cool. Now, and also, just after recording this, we got some more information on multiplayer I thought I'd share real quick. The multiplayer is 5v5 instead of 6v6, and a lot of the maps are smaller, which is interesting and make for more action-packed gameplay. But on top of that, we've learned that players have 150 health rather than 100 health, which is had in a lot of the previous Call of Duties. And in TDM, the scoreboard only shows your kill-death ratio and deaths, so it puts an emphasis on team play rather than an individual dropping a bunch of kills. So a lot of this information is coming out as people are playtesting it, which is probably why people are comparing it to Overwatch, because it's these changes are emphasizing more team play and more skill and drawn out gunfights rather than the classic Call of Duty run, shoot, and whoever shoots first wins. Especially on top of these new weapon changes that I mentioned in the beginning of, or towards somewhere before I insert this clip in. The last thing to talk about is the narrative. Again, they said they didn't hint on a traditional Call of Duty campaign, but they did say they're going to be doing more narrative storytelling in multiplayer than they ever have before. They kind of did that. They kind of set this up with the Black Ops 3 specialists in their narrative cards, but they're amplifying that. There's going to be specialist missions and solo missions in multiplayer, which will touch on narrative and flesh out the Black Ops universe. I'm actually really interested to see how they do this and tell the story through the specialists, because this is between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and can tell us a lot of things. But they showed, which I'm going to link down below in the description, make sure you go check it out. It looks awesome. They showed a specialist oriented like multiplayer campaign trailer and how they're telling story through the specialists, and it got me really excited and not as worried. It's disappointing that they don't have a campaign, but it has me excited because if they go about this right and provide enough content, like put content throughout the whole Black Ops 4 life cycle, or enough at the beginning of the game where it's equivalent to a campaign, and they tell it through the specialists and through multiplayer as a narrative, they could really flesh out the Black Ops universe and fill in holes and create new theories and connections that we've never seen before, which looks really interesting. So I'm really curious to see how they go about this. I have faith and trust that they could do this and make us not even miss campaign, but it looks really, really cool. We'll also have to see how these missions go about it too. If they'll be like what do they call, like Spec Ops missions or things like that, where you don't have to just strictly play campaign or multiplayer, you know, online matches against other people to get that story, because some people just like to go in and play solo campaigns. So I'm hoping that they could do that strictly through multiplayer and not have to like lock the narrative and campaign stuff behind the multiplayer playing session, if that makes sense. So we have to see, again, wait and see how they go about this, but boy, I am excited for Black Ops 4. They did a reveal tease, and they teased a bunch of stuff, and I just want to know more about it, and especially the Battle Royale, and PC looks amazing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. And if you like this style of video, I don't know if you guys want gameplay. Maybe I'll put gameplay and put my face up in the corner, because this is longer than I thought. Maybe you don't want to look at me talk for a while. So we'll see how I go about that. But man. We'll see. So my name is 𝐓𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐤𝐬. Like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for future gaming and content similar to this. Like the video if you liked it. I already said that. Dislike if you disliked it. Follow me on Twitter. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos for Black Ops 4. So make some more in the near future. But you know, all that good stuff. My name is 𝐓𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐤𝐬. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.